Hey everybody, hello and welcome. In today's video, we're going to be checking out Sick Boi from the artist Ren. Yeah, I was just introduced to this guy through the song Hi Ren yesterday. That video should be here on YouTube somewhere if you do want to check that out. And I gotta say, this is a thought-provoking artist, and I'm excited to check out more of his work. And since Sick Boi is a new song, I figured, hey, let's go here. Now, I understand there's some kind of trilogy that everybody wants me to get to, and I promise that I will. But I'm very eager to hear some of his newer material and see what his headspace is kind of like now, where he is right now. You know, thinking about where he is right now, I actually kind of know. People tell me he's in Canada right now and he's going through some kind of treatment. So I got a favor to ask you guys before we start this reaction. That's just to kind of send some good vibes his way, some thoughts, some prayers, whatever you believe in. You know, I believe in the karmic universe, and I feel like that might actually help in some kind of way, whether we know it or not. And so yeah, if you don't mind, send some good thoughts his way. Anyway, let's get at the video.
Hi Ren, thank you for coming in today.
Thanks for seeing me.
Looking at your file here, it seems there's a very apparent interplay with your emotional state and your physical body. Have you ever heard of the trauma response?
I don't think so.
Basically, our bodies can get stuck in a negative feedback loop. Our subconscious can repeat patterns from the past, which can have a pretty drastic downstream effect on our biology. Essentially, your mind is making you sick.
Okay, we're 30 seconds into this reaction right now, and I already have a lot to say. I'm going to try and make this quick, but there is some contrast that I do want to touch on. Now, first is just how the song begins. It starts off with what seems to be very frustrated breathing, very angry breathing. It's almost animalistic in its build. This kind of crescendo is pretty gritty. Now, mix that together with this soundscape that we're getting. The rhythm is polyrhythmic. The staccato coming from the acoustic electric guitar mixed together with these like dark, gritty undertones is again making me feel uneasy, and is just a fantastic build into what we're about to get to. By the time we crescendo up, and I think that he's gonna hurt somebody, you actually see Ren sitting down, almost meek. Now, I don't mean that as an insult. I think this is done by design. In fact, I know it's done by design. And he's sitting across from a doctor or a therapist who's telling him, hey, you're having some mental health issues here, buddy. And it's just such an interesting contrast from this very dark, gritty, animalistic build to just sitting down and just looking almost defeated. How was that? Oh, geez, I know that thing. The choir is, I don't know, it's more of like a chant almost. More breathing.
Sick boy, bitten by a tick boy, looking for that fix boy, anabolic steroids, damn so, poster boy, pass out, white noise, quick fix, snake oil, I'm about to break boy. Oh, what a shame, he's in pain, have another go, take another pill, here, take a couple more, let's see how you're doing in another week or so, you'll be feeling worse when the side effects will show, derealization, medical patient, losing patience with the process, walking hand in hand with Satan, complications with the medication, inflammation, dehydration, inhalation, aggravation, building up a toleration, drown, soccer, drown, soccer, drown, soccer, drown, I've been feeling like I'm drowning with my feet upon the ground, I've been screaming, I've been shouting, but I never make a sound, I've been looking for a way out, but I always seem to drown.
Is this all making sense, Ren?
Yeah, I think so.
Good. What I propose we do is we try to pinpoint the exact experiences from the past that are keeping you stuck. What can you tell me about your childhood?
Okay, I'm going to reverse this. We're going to go back to it. Obviously, you're seeing the same flashes that I'm seeing in the video for Hi Ren. Now, the comment section told me this was actually a direct, almost like progression to that video. You know, it was like kind of the sequel to it or something. But honestly, it feels like this is more of a prequel. In Hi Ren, he talks about finding that great balance, that comfortable place in himself, you know, where he can kind of slow down and not be so angry and just make life easier for himself. This seems a bit more rage-induced. And we're left with this conversation.
Patient, losing patience with the process, walking hand in hand with Satan, complications with the medication, inflammation, dehydration, inhalation, aggravation, building up a toleration, drown, soccer, drown, soccer, drown, soccer, drown, I've been feeling like I'm drowning with my feet upon the ground, I've been screaming, I've been shouting, but I never make a sound, I've been looking for a way out, but I always seem to drown.
Is this all making sense, Ren?
Yeah, I think so.
Good. What I propose we do is we try to pinpoint the exact experiences from the past that are keeping you stuck. What can you tell me about your childhood?
I can't really think.
It's okay if nothing comes up right away. What I'd like you to do is take some deep breaths with me. In and out. In and out.
My defenses are up right now.
First thing that comes to your mind.
I feel like it's not me, it's the world that's sick. We're given everything we need and we commoditize it. We consume, we destroy like we're parasitic. Science tells us that it's suicide and still we commit. I'm not sick, we are sick. We are standing on a cliff in the name of progress. We jump off the precipice. I'm not sick, I'm the virus, you're the virus hypocrite. How can you sit there with that smile on and tell me that I'm sick? Sick boy, looking for a fix, boy. Push it down in public, quick pose for the pick, boy. Record label meetings that commodify your gift, boy. Why you so upset? Don't you wanna be a rich boy? Fuck no, industry is cutthroat.
You know, I do have a bit of background in this guy, and apparently he used to work with Sony Music, and I know from experience Sony is cutthroat. And apparently he was dropped by that label at some point in his career. And yeah, Sony's horrible. They will chew you up and they will sit you out, and it's just absolutely horrible. I've worked in the music industry for 15 plus years, doing lots of things. And yeah, I can just say this from personal experience. Sony sucks. And I still can't get a PlayStation 5. You can tell he's kind of angry when he's kind of sick of the whole system, which I respect.
Assume we destroy like we're parasitic. Science tells us that it's suicide and still we commit.
I love that line.
We are sick, we are standing on a cliff in the name of progress. We jump off the precipice. I'm not sick, I'm the virus, you're the virus hypocrite. How can you sit there with that smile on and tell me that I'm sick?
It's weird because he almost turns the mirror around on us, you know? It's the narrative of the story is talking about him and his life and what he's going through and how he feels. He makes us look at ourselves. He makes us look at, you know, what we're doing to this earth and what we're doing with our lives and really question, well, who is sick?
Boy, sick boy, looking for a fix, boy. Push it down in public, quick pose for the pick, boy. Record label meetings that commodify your gift, boy. Why you so upset? Don't you wanna be a rich boy? Fuck no, industry is cutthroat.
I like this guy.
I've been doing bits by myself, swimming backstroke, walking on a tightrope, rapping with a slit throat. The way that we persist is like the ending of a bad joke. As the people evolve, we're complacent to assailants and we do what we're told. Counterintelligence, a sight to behold. Rape the earth of all resources and we bleed it for gold. And we bleed it for wealth, we bleed it for fame. But when you bleed it, can you tell me what the fuck will remain? And I bleed in myself, I bleed in my brain. While I'm bleeding, I'm the reason, cause I'm doing the same.
Oh shit. And it goes back to self-realization. Interesting. Okay, let's talk about that for a second. Okay, so that was Sick Boi. Is this a sequel to High Ren or is it a prequel? I tend to think the latter. I think this is talking about a time in his life when he felt severe dark rage, when he was controlled by his shadow. But we have these brief moments of clarity. We have these brief moments of him with the psychologist or the doctor, where he's talking about his problems and his inner demons and learning about his struggle, his mental illness. And that is almost darker than the heavy animalistic breathing. It's almost darker than the gritty electronic undertones and sharp staccatos. It's a nice balance. It's a nice blend. And at certain points in the song, he can even turn the mirror on us. It's not something you see every day, and it's something to celebrate. It's something to take note of, and I'm excited to check out more music from Ren. I'm going to be sure to leave his links down in the description of this video if you want to check out any more of his music. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed hanging out for a bit, please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you all in the next video.